You don't need more time. You don't need more information. And you certainly don't need another motivational video. What you need is to make a decision. Because in life, when something happens, you have two choices. You can do something about it, or you can sit in it. You can take action, or you can make excuses. And whichever one you choose determines your direction.
Empowering you to live a life fully charged. This is 7,000 Volts, Living an Electrified Life with L.J. Tucker.
What's going on, my friends? This is L.J. Tucker, and you're tapped into 7,000 Volts, Living in an Electrified Life, where we don't just talk about it, we live it. And today, we're going to talk about something simple. But don't let simple fool you. Because simple truths are usually the ones that change your life, and it changes the most. In life, things are going to happen. Not might happen, not could happen, they will happen. Problems will show up. Pressure will hit you. You're going to hit you upside the head. Oops, upside your head. They got songs about it. Situations going to come out of nowhere. And boy, when I say situations, I do mean situations. Flat tire, battery dead, won't start, kids acting up, higher electric bill this month. The vigor, stresses of life that goes unchecked are going to show up. And you can be doing everything right and something still goes wrong. That's the beauty of life. And that's life. And the thing that we overcome about life, knowing, half the battle is knowing that something's going to happen and you only have two choices. You're going to deal with it or you're going to sit in it. So let's talk about some of those things, how we can deal with it. And I need you to hear me clearly. Life doesn't ask you if you're ready. It just shows up. So if you're waiting for this perfect time in life to get married, have a kid, or be perfect, I'm going to let you on a little secret. That day will never come. It doesn't exist. You wake up one day and business slows down. You wake up another day and relationships feel off. Your relationship feels off, whether it's your husband or your boyfriend, it just feels off. You get a phone call you didn't expect. Something breaks, something shifts, something changes. And at that moment, you don't have 10 choices. You don't have 5 choices. You don't even have 3 choices. You have 2 choices. That's it. 2 choices. You're either going to do something about it or you're going to sit in it. When I say sit in it, you're going to sit, you're going to complain about it, you're going to talk about it. And some people even outright blame somebody else for what's going on and why they're stuck in it. That's a part of life. It's a part of that choice. Now let's be real. When I say sit in it or cry about it, I'm not just talking about tears. I'm talking about mindset. Where you heard that word mindset before? I just figured it out. You heard it on this podcast. You heard it on my reels because it's about that mindset. Sitting in it looks like this. It looks like complaining when you know you should be correcting. It looks like blaming when you know you should be taking ownership. It looks like making excuses instead of making adjustments. You have to own it. Hey, I spilt the milk on the floor. I need to go to the fridge and get another jug or go to the store and buy another one. That's how simple it can be. It looks like talking to everybody about the problem, but never taking a step towards a solution. You've heard this on my podcast before. Anybody can tell me that the building's on fire. But which one of you called the fire department to put the fire out? And here's the danger. The longer you sit in that space, the more comfortable it becomes. And once comfort sets in, progress stops. That's when people get stuck for years. Not because they're lazy or they don't have the potential. It's because they chose in the moment and ends up shaping a life that they never intended to live. Two choices. You're either going to deal with it or you're going to sit in it. And once you start to sit in it, at some point you get comfortable sitting in it. And I've seen this. I've seen it with my family. I've seen it with friends. They don't just sit in it like the normal sense of the word. Oh, they get creative. They come up brainstorming. They come up with elaborate plans. They come up with a business plan of how life is so unfair for them. And, oh, they got an answer for everything. And you only need one excuse if you don't want to do something. You just don't do it. You don't have to have an excuse by it. You have people that wrote a whole book, a whole entire book of the incident that happened, and they've been stuck ever since. I'm trying to be nice, but I want to see people grow. We're going to have problems that happen in life, and it's okay to mourn. It's okay to throw a pity party once in a blue moon, but you can't stay there because there's the other side. There's another choice that could have been made. Now let's get to the other side of this. Doing something about it presents a whole different picture. Doing something doesn't mean you have it all figured out. Doing something doesn't mean that you're not tired. Doing something doesn't mean that it's easy. It just means you refuse to stay where you are. You refuse to stay stuck. And so because you refuse to stay stuck, you take a step. And even if that step is just it'd be a little tall step. That's it. Just a small step or a tall step, small step or tall step. Either or, you took that step. And even when it's uncomfortable, even if you're not 100% sure how it's going to work out, you move. Not backwards, but you move forward. Because movement creates momentum. And momentum creates change. And that's the whole name of the game and the object, the whole end goal is to move forward, correct? So you can have an abundant, peaceful life. I mean, that's what mine is. So what I want for myself, I want for others. And that's what most people miss. They're waiting to feel ready. They're waiting to feel confident. They're waiting for everything to line up. I find myself working with my boys and my girls, whether it's whatever sport they're playing, and I have to constantly say this: hey, don't shooting with Michael and David playing basketball the other day. I'm like, what? Don't shoot for half court. You're not ready for that shot. If you're going to have me out here, I'm going to help you. Like, you don't have to take the long shot. Everybody want to be Steph Curry. Listen, make 20 shots right here from next to the goal first. Give me 20 shots here. And it's like, but I want to shoot. I say, if you want to shoot from back here, show me that you can shoot from right here, the easy shots. And when you can make 20 in a row, guess what? It builds your confidence. That's everything lining up. If you want to be a three-point shooter or a good shooter, you can't start off shooting from half court. It's not going to work because you're going to miss all those shots. And what happens when you miss all those shots? You don't have the confidence to make shots at all. That's the reality of it. You know, I don't know if it's an idol, but one of my indirect mentors is Shaquille O'Neal. And guess what? He was not known for his free throws. In fact, they came up with a rule, hack a shot, because they know towards the end of the game that we got a better chance to win if we put him on the free throw line. But if they didn't foul him, he going to put up 30, 40, 50 points because his strong suit was a slam dunk. He wasn't shooting threes. That wasn't a part of his game. And the reason why I'm telling you this, there's a stark difference between Steph Curry and Shaq. Steph Curry changed the game and how you shoot the three and where you shoot the three ball from. Shaq was known for breaking backboards with you never seen the force of power since he played in the game because he was a master dunker. He was a powerful master dunker, and that's what he was known for on the basketball court. So things are not going to line up. You gotta put stuff in place by taking small steps. Clarity comes before movement. Confidence comes from actions. You see that? Confidence comes from action. Say that with me. Confidence comes from action. If you get used to winning with small steps, taking the short shot, it builds your confidence. Oh yeah, because once you have confidence, my friends, breakthrough comes after that step, not before it. Like your breakthrough is not coming before you do a step. So if you sit there waiting on change to come before you make a step, you're going to be sitting there for a while. So let me say that again. Your breakthrough does not come before the step. It comes after it. Say it with me. Your breakthrough does not come before the step. It comes after it. And some of you right now, you're waiting for something that's waiting on you. You're asking God for direction. I did. But you haven't moved. You're asking God for direction, but you haven't moved on the last instruction. You're praying for opportunity, but have you taken any action? You have to take action on what's in your hands. I quote this scripture many times. Faith without works is dead, which means at some point you got to move. You have to take a step forward. Now let me bring this into real life, because this isn't a theory for me. This is how I live. So you can say, sure, it's easy for you to do it. Well, it's easy for me to get up and brush my teeth in the morning, and it should be easier for you too. But sometimes people have a problem brushing their teeth. And so when you have a problem doing the small things, you don't have the shiny things like these white pearls that I have. So it's a part. This comes from brushing before I go to bed and when I get up in the morning. There have been moments in my life where things didn't go the way I planned. Did you read my book yet? 7,000 Volts, Living an Electrified Life. Did you read the part where I went to prison at 18 for making some bad decisions in my life? Yeah, those decisions hit me. I didn't see it coming. I just thought I was Dr. Flash or somebody, that I wasn't going to get caught doing some of the illegal activities that I was doing, but I did. And when I did, they tried to send me away for a very, very long time. And where I had every reason to sit back and say, why me? I know some other people that didn't get called and this, that, and other, have a pity party and blame everybody else for my bad decisions. I owned it. And that was over 27 years ago. Hey, hold on. We're in 2026. I stand corrected. That was over 30 years ago. Man, time flies. Where I made those bad decisions in my life, but I did not let them define me. It's amazing to see where I landed today, 30 years later, when I had every reason to sit back and say, why me? Because the first time I got arrested, I was looking at a life sentence. So I had to choose, just like you have to choose today. And our circumstances are different. You might not be breaking the law. You might not be doing this or that. I said this in my book. I became freer in prison, being incarcerated, than most people will become in a lifetime. I could have stayed in that place. I could have became a statistic that the guards told me that I would, because statistically, 85 or 90% of the people that go to prison, they return within 2 years. It's a true statistic. And I looked those guards in their face. I said, well, I can tell you right now, I'm going to be the 12% that don't. Because I said, I promise you, I'm not coming back. And I haven't. I could have complained and be like, well, they spoke this into my life and I'm back. I could have pointed fingers. I could have replayed the situation over and over again. Or I could have been like some of the inmates that was there and talk about how I was going to do things a little different as a criminal and be better where I don't get caught next time. I'm baffled. I'm still baffled to today about some of the conversations I heard about how guys are planning to do things as a criminal more better than they did it last time when they got caught. And I got up and I did something. And I've been doing something ever since. I never looked back. And let me tell you something. Every time I choose movement over emotion, that's when things start to shift for me. Not overnight, not instantly, not intentionally. And that's the difference in my life. And I'm trying, I'm pouring out part of me to help you. People are looking for instant change all the time, but real growth is internal. It's built step by step, decision by decision, response by response, and over. Those small decisions become your life. Not big. People want to make one big decision and everything they're a billionaire, everything is working right. No, it's small decisions, one day at a time. And when something happens, and it will, you got to ask yourself a real question about, am I about to sit in this or am I about to move through this? Because in life, you have two choices. Sitting in it keeps you stuck, and movement takes you forward. Now, here's the truth. Nobody is coming to save you. I'm not coming to save you. If I'm coming to save you, I'm saving you through this message that I'm speaking right now. That's it. That's only, like, you have to grab that help. I can't want more for you than you want for you. I have to say this to my children all the time in raising them. Like, you have to want more for yourself than I want for you, because it's not enough for me to want it for you. You know, I'm going to give them and help them with tools and give them solid direction. So I support my kids. I support family. I support friends. But people, you can't do it like that alone. You know, I can encourage you. Other people can encourage you. We can walk with you, but we can't walk for you. At some point, you have to decide. You have to take ownership. You have to take responsibility. You have to take action and know that it's not always easy. Emotions are real. Some situations can be heavy, but you cannot let how you feel stop what you need to do. I'm tired. I don't feel like going. Your light's going to be turned off. You're going to get up then. Your water gets shut off, and then you wish you would have got up. And you see it all the time. Well, I just don't feel like doing that. I've trained my mind so much that I don't act upon my emotions, because when you do, there's a lot of stuff that's not going to get done. You can't let your emotions stop what you need to do. You need to feel it, but don't stay in it. It's okay to feel tired, but hey, I'm tired, but I know what I got to do. Bounce up like a springboard. Just bounce up and do what needs to get done. Process it, but don't build a home in it. Acknowledge it, but don't let it control your next move, because your next move matters. Your next move determines what happens next in your life. Not what happened to you, not what somebody said, not what went wrong. Your response, not my response, but your response. That's where your power is. And once you understand that, everything changes. When you understand where your power comes from and how you're connected to the source, everything changes. You stop giving your power away. You stop waiting on people. You stop sitting around in situations longer than you need to. And you start moving with intention. You start making decisions faster. You start taking control of your direction. You start building momentum. And that's when life shifts. Right there, that's when it shifts. Not because life got easier. Not because you got stronger. Now, I want you to think about this. What situation are you in right now that you've been sitting in too long? What is it? Type, go in the comments. Tell me. I like to hear. It gives me more content to help better feed you, better to help me with content to give to you. What conversations do you have? What move do you need to make? What decisions you've been delaying? Because deep down, you already know. You don't need another sign. You don't need another confirmation. You don't need another conversation. You need to move. Even if it's uncomfortable. Even when it stretches you. Even if it forces you to grow. because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in movement. You've heard me say this many times on my show. So the next time life hits you, and it will, I don't want you to overthink it. I don't want you to sit in it. I want you to ask yourself one question. In life, you have two choices. Am I about to do something about this, or am I going to stay stuck? That's it. And whatever your answer is, understand this. That decision determines your direction. And your direction determines your future. This is LJ Tucker. 7,000 volts, living an electrified life. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay comfortable. Don't stay in a place you've outgrown. Because everything you're praying for, everything you're working toward, everything you say you want is on the other side of your decision to act. Stay electrified. God bless.
This has been 7,000 Volts, Living an Electrified Life, available on YouTube and your favorite podcast app. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. For more information, visit us on the web at ljtucker.com. Remember, stay electrified.